next couple of slides to really explain you what the program Empower really does and how it can really help you overcome the hurdles which Phil mentioned in his slides earlier. About the program, I think as I mentioned really earlier, is the main objective of the program is to provide energy efficiency information and advice to the small businesses in the food and grocery manufacturing sector, and the SMEs, the eligible SMEs defined for this for this program specifically are businesses having less than 200 employees. So through this program, you can gain access to numerous tools, fact sheets, and there's an option also to participate, get their business an energy assessment, either free or subsidized, the site workshops, the briefings, then obviously the quarterly webinars and newsletters like the one we're having right now. And all this information is available on our program portal, which is afgcempower.org.au. And just to mention it to you that this is an ongoing program until June 2016. So all businesses are really encouraged to participate and leverage the benefits of this program. The next couple of slides, but just we'll just explain you what are briefly explain you what the information tools really do and how they can really help your business. The first one, the first tool which I will probably be talking about is on the opportunity finder, which is mainly related to. But before I really do that, I'll just explain you the depth of research which has gone into developing these tools. The one tool, the three information tools which are the crown source of information of this program have been developed for businesses covering up to about 27 subsectors in the food and grocery industry, and there are about 57 energy saving measures which sit behind and which you can analyze and try and identify which measure would be more applicable for your facility. To start with, the first, what the opportunity finder really does for your business is it really helps. It's mainly for businesses who actually don't know what opportunities may or may not be suitable for your business. So through this tool, opportunity finder, what you can really do is select a subsector from the list of 27 options which you have. Get an end-use energy profile for a typical business, and based on that, select which technology you want to explore measures for. And then once you have identified a specific measure for a specific technology, it will prompt you a couple of basic questions just to ascertain whether that measure may or may not be applicable for your facility. Once you do that, you jump onto the quick calculator, which is basically helps you, that builds on what the opportunity finder does for you. It basically estimates the energy cost savings, including in terms of the dollar, in terms of the greenhouse gas emissions, but also gives you an estimate of what are the payback period, or basically the upfront capital investments required for that initial estimate. So the next slide would be, it basically it just gives you a snapshot of what the tool really does. It basically this is an option for you to select the subsector. You enter some data. You select a list of measures. What are the measures you want to explore? And once you do that, all these measures come as an individual tab on the front header. And at the end of the tab, there is a calculator results. So for a specific facility like the baking, product, manufacturing, the equipment tab what is selected is cooking, baking, and blanching, and then blanching, and then the measure will be identified as oven heat recovery. For that measure, if you implement that measure for a typical business, it will result into energy savings in terms of dollar values, in terms of gigajoules, and what is the upfront cost required if you implement that opportunity, and what are the greenhouse gas savings. And if you, in case you decide to implement that opportunity, the payback period is 3 years, the life of measure is this, and once you have implemented and once you recover the cost, the total savings across the life of the equipment is nearly $10,000. So that's sort of detailed information, what you actually require for to develop a business case, is being provided through this tool. The third and the most practical tool of the program is the energy cost savings tool. What this tool really does, it basically builds on what the opportunity finder or the quick calculators have done, actually do. This tool is basically divided into part 1 and part 2. The first part of the tool is basically you select a typical facility, you select the technology you want to explore, you identify the measures, what you really are implementing and what you can want to implement in the future. And based on that, you enter some data, your basic energy savings. And once you do that, you basically get an estimate of what are the potential savings which you can get from that specific measure. In addition, what the tool also really does is it gives you a matrix which will help you to prioritize the opportunities which have been identified and which are the opportunities you can implement right now, maybe later, or maybe never, or maybe something which you probably need some further investigation. The second part of the tool, what it really does is it basically helps you refine the estimates. Now the first part, of the tool is basically based on an estimate for a typical business. However, in the second tool, if you think in the second part, if you think that the estimates are not reasonable for your business, you can update those estimates based on your calculations. You can update the hours of operation which your facility operates under, and all the other basic details. And based on that, it further refines the prioritization matrix. But also what it really gives you is, and helps you to refine the opportunities from maybe a list of 10 to maybe a 4. And once you do that, it gives you a quotation template which you can, to help you seek some comparative quotes. Also helps you to, give you an implementation schedule and a project tracking template as well. And the next slide, I might just give a snapshot. So this is a snapshot of the tool, how it looks like. It's basically where you select the practices which you're implementing currently and the future opportunity which you probably want to investigate. And the next slide, this is the prioritization matrix which you generally get, like the quick wins, with low cost, low impact ones. Then there are do not foresee further need further analysis. And on the right hand side of the tab, it's basically the final report. What you actually get is, okay, for this facility, you have selected about, I think, 4 or 5, or maybe I think 6 opportunities which have identified. These are the total energy savings which you really get from it, and in terms of the gigajoules. But then in terms of the annual consumption, what are the savings which you get? This is a bar chart, and then the bottom part of the spreadsheet, what it gives you is basically helps you to plan the implementation of the project. So you can enter your date. You can what is the date you're looking to implement? What is the actual implementation date? What is the actual implementation end date of the program as well? And who are the partners you're working with? What is the life of measure? And all these additional details you can actually enter into this, print it out, and put it on your board, or probably use it in any of the business case you want to propose it to your senior management. And this is a great tool for you for any business which is interested to really explore and implement the opportunities. So in addition to this tool, there are some 5 fact sheets. These fact sheets have been developed with extensive consultation from the SME companies. And some of the issues, what they really identified was a dilemma where when they decide to actually upgrade some of the facilities. So if they want to really upgrade some of the facilities, what are the factors that need to be considered in selecting the right equipment? So that could be either, do you want to really upgrade it, or do you want to get a new one? Do you want to buy a second hand, a new one? So, or these are the various factors what the first fact sheet really covers. Another interesting fact sheet is on the prioritizing energy savings opportunities. This is mainly considering that a lot of businesses who have done energy assessments or from the tool, they get a list of measures, how they can really prioritize from a list of 10. What are the factors which generally should be considered to prioritize the opportunities? And the last fact sheet takes a very broad perspective of energy savings opportunities. That would be from the a resource efficiency perspective, so that would be from water savings or waste or packaging, how we can save energy from these 3 elements as well. So again, we really encourage you to have a look at this energy management fact sheet, which will definitely provide you that general understanding of energy issues. So the next slide is basically a poll just to get an understanding of what are the energy efficiency, mainly related to energy efficiency within a business. Whether have you really have implemented a list of opportunities, or do you or you actually do not have a list of opportunities, or if you have one, which it's still being waited to be implemented, or in case if you have implemented one, when's the when we are most likely to create one. So we really encourage the business to start thinking on those lines. In case you haven't actually really had a look at the list of opportunities, I think it's really the time where you can start having a look, try using this tool, so get an energy assessment done and through the program Empower, and get a list of opportunities and try and investigate some of those. In terms of your involvement in the program offers the program Empower. The eligible businesses will get access to energy assessments. So that based on the various needs of a typical SME business, there are three options what a business can choose from. One is a remote energy assessment, and there's no cost associated with that. So this is basically an energy assessment where the data is mainly collected. So there won't be site visit involved, but mainly through a remote research and a survey which of the business side, where the data would be collected and all the energy and a report will be provided on that basis. There is an subsidized on-site energy assessment, which is basically just replaces the remote one, where an energy consultant will visit your site and give you an energy assessment report. However, there is a cost to the business, which is $500, which actually is highly subsidized, and I think it will be extremely minimal. And lastly, the review of previous energy assessment. That is for businesses who have actually undergone an energy assessment, and they really want to investigate. Okay, I have done it 3-4 years back, but then are there any opportunities from those list of maybe 15-20 opportunities identified 3-4 years back? Are there any opportunities which are more feasible right now, which I can really undertake right away? And so that's the review of previous energy assessments, basically for those businesses. And again, we encourage businesses to participate and get their businesses energy assessment for their businesses, as there's no actually as they're very limited in numbers. So we encourage you to register quickly. Then there are site workshops. The objective of the site workshop is to demonstrate the application of the tools developed in the program onto a SME business site. So a business which is volunteers to host this workshop actually get some expert advice to prepare them for the workshop from Energetics. Again, Energetics is helping us host the workshop, and they'll be getting some technical advice, but also at the same time they'll get an opportunity to feature in a business case study as a part of this program as well. So we really again encourage for businesses who really want some more specific advice. I think it's a great opportunity for you to express your interest to host the workshop, and then and then try and see how this tool or probably how the other elements of the program can be applied onto your business. And then the last part is of the program is the briefings for decision makers. This is mainly developed as a part of the feedback we got from our SME members. These briefings are mainly aimed at decision makers within business who actually and aim to demonstrate to them that the benefits of investing in energy efficiency, particularly from an economic sense, probably from a business case perspective. What is the business case for investing in energy efficiency? That's what these briefings do. And again, these briefings will be held in March 2014. The dates are nearly finalized, and they will be up on our website as well sometime soon. And lastly, also to mention that these quarterly webinars and newsletters will provide you with ongoing support. So we really encourage if you have any specific subject or a topic which you would discuss through these webinars or newsletters, we'd be more than happy to include that in our in these sessions as well. So to conclude, I think it's very easy to participate. All the details are on of this program is on our website. That's afgcempower.org.au. So try and so log onto our website, play on the tools, apply the tools to your business, and in case you think, okay, there's some specific measures you really think can be feasible, try and register for an energy assessment, get that your business done, get a list of opportunities which you're very confident can be implemented. Then you attend some of the workshops or briefing sessions where you can get some more practical understanding or maybe an opportunity from how you can implement, but also be the what are the funding opportunities which are available to implement some of the measures, be it the federal government funding or be it the state governments, and also get an opportunity to interact with some of the technical providers as well. So that's what the program is all about. And in case you have any questions or queries, please direct it to empower@afgc.org.au, and we'll be more than happy to respond to those questions as soon as possible.